Hello and welcome to The Eighth Wonder, a channel dedicated to making compound interest your best interest. It is said that the best time to start thinking about your retirement is before your boss does. So today, I'd like to help you to start thinking about yours. Regardless of how far along you are on your working days, this is something that will affect you. Many employers, especially the bigger companies, have retirement funds for their employees. Check your payslip, you'll see how much you contribute each month. But what if you are self-employed or your employer doesn't offer any retirement fund options? In this case, you are responsible for saving for your retirement. Even if you have a retirement fund, you can supplement it. Retirement annuities are a type of financial product that can help you save for retirement. They offer a regular income during your retirement years, which can help you maintain a certain standard of living and help you feel more financially secure. A retirement annuity is a great option for tax-efficient long-term saving. You can invest in one directly. So why invest in a retirement annuity? Well, saving for retirement is important. So important, in fact, that the government offers a huge tax incentive to encourage people to do so. You are eligible for this incentive if you put money into a pension or provident fund each month with your employer, or into a retirement annuity. The tax benefits are hard to ignore. Each year, you can contribute up to 27.5% of your income, or 350,000 Rand, whichever is greater. The amount you save is deducted from your taxable income, so you pay less tax. If you pay income tax, you will pay less after contributing to a retirement fund. Let's look at two cases which indicate ways that you can benefit from contributing to a retirement annuity. First, we have Temba, who is a 30-year-old self-employed IT contractor who earns 260,000 Rand per year before tax. He does not contribute to a retirement fund and he will end up paying 29,390 Rand in tax for the year. Second, we have Lindiwe, who is a 40-year-old executive who works for a large company and earns an annual salary of 1.2 million Rand. She contributes 120,000 Rand per year to the company pension fund. Without this pension fund, she would pay about 384,000 Rand in tax for the year. Instead, she earns a 49,500 Rand tax deduction. Now, if Temba starts contributing 2,500 Rand per month or 30,000 for the year to a retirement annuity, and Lindiwe contributes 60,000 Rand more per year towards her retirement fund, perhaps also into a retirement annuity, they will each reduce their tax bill further. By saving for his retirement, Temba will pay about 7,300 Rand less for the tax year. Obviously, he is foregoing 22,700 Rand of his income, but he's not losing this money because it will grow and ultimately be for his benefit. A higher income earner like Lindiwe pays a lot more tax, but her tax benefit increases too. By upping her retirement contribution, Lindiwe gets a further tax refund of about 24,500 Rand. Altogether, she only had to give up 106,000 Rand of her earnings to get 180,000 Rand contribution into her retirement fund, with a SARS incentive totaling 74,000 Rand. An added benefit is that all the investment returns you receive on your retirement are tax-free for as long as the money is invested. This means that you won't pay any tax on any dividend or other income or any capital gains on your retirement savings all the way until the day you retire. So how do you start? Numerous investment companies offer retirement annuities. Old Mutual, Signia, Netgroup, Satrix, and Allan Gray are a few examples. And of course, Easy Equities, which you can sign up for and get a 50 Rand bonus, by clicking on the link in the description box below. Choosing a provider and a fund depends on a combination of when you want to retire, as in how long the money will be invested for, and your risk appetite. Read the fact sheets for the various funds to get an idea of what to expect. You might find the choice to be overwhelming. If you do, then consider speaking to a financial advisor who will be able to guide you along the right path. So how much should you invest? Due to constantly changing market and economic conditions, it is impossible to predict exactly how much you'll need in order for you to retire comfortably one day. The best you can do is to look at your cost of living now, think about how you want to live when you stop working, and make assumptions according to inflation and investment growth. Luckily, you don't need to be an algebra whiz to do this. There are hundreds of retirement models out there. Some use age as a meter, others use the number of years worked. Let's look at age first. According to T. Rowe Price, an international investment company, you should have saved 1 year's salary by the time you're 30. In other words, if you earn 100,000 Rand a year and you're heading for the big 30, you should have already saved 100,000 Rand towards your retirement. By the same logic, you should have saved half your annual salary while you're in your 20s. Based on certain market assumptions, they reckon you should be able to live off 4% of your savings annually from age 65 to 95. Here's what that would look like. In your 20s, you're supposed to save half your salary, and by the time you're 30, 1 year's worth of a salary. In your 40s, 1.5 to 4 times your annual salary. In your 50s, 3.5 to 8 times your salary. And in your 60s, 7.5 to 14 times your annual salary. Sometimes it is more helpful to think of saving for retirement in terms of number of years worked and not your age. Ellen Gray assumes that you'll need around 75% of your final salary per year to be able to retire comfortably. Here's what they suggest. By the time you've worked 10 years, you should have 2 times your annual salary. By the time you hit 20 years, you should have 5 times your annual salary. By the time you hit 30 years, 10 times your annual salary. And by the time you hit 40 years, 17 times your annual salary. The most daunting part is getting started. You might struggle to find money to save, especially when life seems to be getting more and more expensive. Remember, you can start with small amounts. Even 1% of your salary is okay. All those contributions will add up in the long run. As you grow in your career, increase your contributions when your salary increases. So start right now. Remember, with a long-term investment, time does most of the work for you. Even if you can only afford to save a little each month, compounding will eventually start to work its magic. What happens when you retire? You're allowed to start withdrawing from your retirement annuity from the age of 55. You can withdraw up to 1/3 as a lump sum, and you have to reinvest the 2/3 in a compulsory annuity, a different fund that pays you a monthly income in your retirement years. The money you receive from the annuity is subject to normal income tax, and cash withdrawals are subject to retirement lump sum tax. You are not allowed to withdraw from your retirement annuity before you turn 55 unless the total value is less than 15,000 Rand, if you become physically disabled, or if you have stopped contributing and ceased to be a South African resident for an uninterrupted period of more than 3 years. It is important to remember that your retirement annuity is not a general saving fund. It is 100% focused on giving you an income in retirement. When it comes to saving for retirement, the sooner you start, the better. There's no better feeling than knowing that you have a financial safety net for later in life. Do your research and speak to a financial advisor to get your retirement annuity sorted. Best of luck with figuring out which way you'd like to go about your retirement plan. If you have found value in this video, then please give it a like and share it with a friend. If you've learned something new, then consider subscribing to the channel and clicking on the notification bell so you never miss an upload and the learning process never stops. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next video. Until then, stay invested.